Thank you, Gary. And as you can see, while we were away, Ron Lechien has put himself into more trouble. That's Jeff Ward, his Kawasaki teammate, right behind him. Now, Ward has not been a regular on the circuit this year. Ward, who has 2 Supercross championships to his credit, was injured in the opening round in Anaheim, California. Just 1 week ago, Ward, at the Daytona Supercross, pronounced himself fit and returned to action. Now, by his own admission, there is nothing left for him in this series but to act as a spoiler. And what he has in mind right now is spoiling the rest of Ron Lechien's day. The obvious question is, of course, the injury. Is Ward ready physically as well as mentally? Earlier, we talked to the Kawasaki ace.
Well, I feel really good. The track suits my style. I have one here 4 years in a row, and I think it's because it's a physical track. And I'm always in good shape and prepared for this race, and I feel really good right now. It took me a little while last week at Daytona to get up to speed, but I feel comfortable today.
And Jeff Ward not only feels comfortable, he looks comfortable out there on that Houston track. And look at this. Ward goes by on the outside of Lechien like he was standing still. Now, it could be because they are Kawasaki teammates that Ron Lechien moved over and let Jeff Ward by. However, Lechien has not been prone in the past to do that. Lechien feels if a rider wants to get around him, he's going to have to earn it, do it on his own merit, not because he moved over. It was just 1 week ago in Daytona Beach at the Daytona Supercross when Lechien was forced to move over for eventual winner Jeff Stanton. Lechien led in the early part of the race. It looked like he was lengthening his lead. Then all of a sudden, Stanton moved to Lechien's rear wheel, made the pass, and was gone. Lechien, with mechanical problems, dropped further and further off the pace while Stanton went on to collect the win. And winning is what Stanton has in mind here in the Houston Astrodome. Now, the rider he just passed, number 12, is Larry Brooks from La Habra, California. Brooks is being lapped. Stanton had no trouble getting around him, and he'll be able to use Brooks now as a lever. He can gas it with no one in front of him and hope that Brooks will hold O'Mara up slightly, and that's what's happening. It's called making hay while the sun shines, and Stanton learned his lesson well on his father's farm. We'll be back with the conclusion of this Supercross right after this. Now, earlier, we alluded to the fact that Rick Johnson and Jeff Stanton were very good friends. We told you that only 2 riders this season had won Supercross events. They are Stanton and Johnson. We wondered if Johnson had been a factor in Stanton's wins, so we asked him.
He's been a big factor. He helped me out a lot at the beginning of the year. He trained with me, and I rode with him, got little tips from him, and it helped me out a lot. It built up my confidence working with him at the beginning of the year, and it's not good to see somebody go out and get injured, but that's racing. It happens, and as soon as he can get back, the better off everybody will be.
We'll echo that, and while we have the chance, we'd like to thank SRO Pace, the promoters of the Houston Astrodome Supercross. Special thanks go out to the American Motorcycle Association for their help in making this telecast possible. One more jump. There it is, and Jeff Stanton romps home the winner of round 8 of the Camel Supercross Series. For Stanton, that's 3 in a row. Finishing second, number 20, Johnny O'Mara on the Suzuki. Third place goes out to Jeff Ward on the Kawasaki. Ron Lechien aboard a Kawasaki. The early race leader was 4th, and Ronnie Tishner on a Suzuki finishes 5th. 6th through 10th go out to George Holland, Guy Cooper, Ross Peterson, Sean Kalos, and rounding out the top 10, Keith Bowen. Here's Gary Bailey with a word from Jeff Stanton.
Jeff Stanton, winner of the 250 main event tonight. We said when you're hot, and buddy, you're hot.
I felt pretty good. Ronnie put up a good race, but I knew I had to pass him. I knew he was going to slam me really hard when I went by him, and he did. And I was ready for it, and I went on to win the race.
What, did you have any problems at all? You sat back there and you waited, and when it was time, it looked like you just made your move.
Yeah, I knew he'd get tired. Ronnie has a tendency to get tired. I just sit back and watched his lines, and I knew when it was time to make the move, and I did it.
3 in a row for Jeff Stanton here at Houston Astrodome.
It is not surprising, after winning 3 events in a row, that Jeff Stanton is holding a commanding lead in the Camel Supercross Series point standing. What is surprising is that Rick Johnson, who has missed the last 2 events, is holding 2nd. In 3rd, it's Guy Cooper, Johnny O'Mara is 4th, and Ron Lechien is 5th. Behind me, the lights at the Houston Astrodome have dimmed on a very exciting night of racing that prompted a brand new question. Now, we used to ask, can anyone stop Rick Johnson? The question now is, can anyone stop Jeff Stanton? For the answer, stay tuned to ESPN. In upcoming weeks, we'll have more Supercross action. For Gary Bailey, I'm Larry Myers saying so long until next week when we'll see you in Tampa.